Inflation is out of control and the US government knows it. So what do? The tax brackets for 2022 are being increased. How does this affect you? Find out right now.
One stacker on a journey to find silver. International Stacker.
Hey, what's up guys? International Stacker here. Thank you for being back again and for watching my videos. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button because like 75% of you watching my videos are not subscribed. And if you're new or returning, please hit the like button, smash it, tap it, do whatever you got to do with it. Give it a little kiss on the cheek, push it off the cliff, trip it. I don't care what you got to do, but hit that because it helps me beat the YouTube censorship. And even dropping a comment in the space provided below helps me, and it's free. And you help me out, and you help out all the silver content and gold content and investment content on the internet, which is going to help people prepare across the world. So please do your part. We need you. Anyways, also I wanted to say a big thank you to the sponsor of this video, Nevada King Gold Corp. Now, let's get into it. 2021, folks. In 2021, which is this year we're in now, there are currently seven federal tax brackets depending on how much you make. So what does that mean? You're taxed at a rate of 10% if you make between 0 to 9,000. Okay, and it's 10% of total taxable income. Honestly, most of this portion here doesn't even end up getting taxed. Okay. Now the next of the brackets is 12%. So if you make between 9 and 40, you get hit at 12%. And again, most of this population is not even taxed, okay? But if they are, it's a minimum of $9.95 plus 10% or 12% of any amount over $9.95. Now, the next one is you're taxed at a rate of 22%. So if you make between 40,000 and 87,000, you get taxed. They take a minimum of 4,600 plus 22% of all funds over 40K. Now, the next bracket is 24, which your boy, International Stacker, is in. This is the bracket I get taxed at. So what does that mean? It's for people who make between 86 to 164. They take a flat of 14,751, and then 24% is taxed of everything over that amount. 32%, 164 over 209. 33,000. Look at that, nearly double, more than doubling, plus 32% on top of that. Then you got 35% for the ballers. International Stacker, please get me in there, folks. I'm not there. This is my tax bracket. I got a ways to go. And then you got 37% of those making 523 or more. And again, that's how it's laid out. Now, if you look at this right here from mainstream news, U.S. News, inflation continued its ugly rise in October. The consumer prices rose at an inflation rate of 6.2% at the annual rate in October. It's another record. It's the highest inflation rate climb in like 30, 40 years. We've heard that for the last 4 or 5 months now. We got 3, we went to 4%, we went to 5, I was blowing the whistle, and now we're at 6. And they've been saying it's transitory, but each month it keeps going up. And if it's transitory, why do we have this article here where it literally says, IRS says it's boosting tax brackets due to faster inflation? The IRS said in 2022, they're actually increasing the tax brackets. So those ones we just looked at. And they're doing this because of, quote unquote, reflecting the faster pace of inflation. Okay. So that means that average married couple will need to earn almost $20,000 more next year to make it in the top tax bracket. But that's good, IS. They're raising the tax brackets. So that means if I wanted to be in this tax bracket, I would have to make like 540 versus 520. That's a good thing. It's not. It means inflation is not transitory. it means it's out of control, and the folks in control are pulling all the levers necessary to try to get it under control. But if you've watched Mike Maloney's Hidden Secrets of Money, you'll know the path we're headed on, which unfortunately is not good. So what is the inflation rate going to be for this month, November? It's going to be worse than October. Used cars, everything you can think of, toys for Christmas. I just saw an article on a Christmas tree shortage. Like, it's out of control. I bought my first car in 10 years, and I got a used car. I followed my advice. I got a used car. It's worth more now than what I paid for it. It's only going to get worse. And certain folks want to tell you that it's transitory. It could be transitory, but it might take many years for that transition to happen. But that's why we stack. That's why we stack physical metals, gold, and silver. And remember, these inflation rates, they're compounding. So what can you do to protect yourself? I believe the primary thing you can do to protect yourself, which is what my channel is all about, is stacking physical gold and physical silver. And I've got over 1,000 videos from around the world showing how I've done this, how I've been successful. If you've woken up and you've already stacked a significant amount of gold and silver to where you're feeling comfortable and you're looking for other ways to invest, right? And I'm not a financial advisor. My disclaimer's in the description below. There is ways to maximize, I believe, in the current markets that align with a stacker's mentality. I think there's going to be major market disruptions, major crashes, blah, 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 which is why I'm in gold and silver. But if I think gold and silver are going to skyrocket or going to increase, then wouldn't it make sense that the mines producing said metals might experience the same kind of growth? Now, it's not a given. There is risk, but I have been scouring the internet. I've been scouring the markets looking for the best potential, the best opportunities, and I've been presenting to you what I think and what I'm thinking about. And ladies and gentlemen, this year, the biggest winner in the entire gold sector has been a company named Newfound Gold. Okay? Now, this company is not Newfound Gold, but the same founders, the same management team, and the same strategy that they've used to build an over $1.6 billion Canadian, a true giant, a Goliath, is the same that they're using for this right here. Nevada King. Nevada King. And look at that logo. And here's a map of Nevada, okay? Now, here's the interesting thing. The same team that's built the 1.6 billion Canadian dollar market cap company has built this, which is only 80 million. That's a 2,000% gap between those two companies. Now, we've got inflation. People, including the Fed, are starting to admit it's not transitory and starting to take other actions. What does that mean for us? Well, traditionally, if you look back, traditionally, anytime there's been inflation and they've hiked the rates or increased the rates to fight the inflation, it's been extremely bullish for metals. On average, if you look over the past 6 times this has happened, gold has increased on average about 30%. So at today's price, that would be $2,300, nearly $2,350. Would it be? Yeah, about $2,350 an ounce. Another reason why I'm bullish on metals, and now that I've stacked a significant amount, looking into actual opportunities to invest and increase my position and increase my buying power and increase my wealth, generational wealth, is peak gold production. There's a lot of articles out there that I don't want to get into now that have showed that really the output of gold peaked around 2018. And that's right before the beer flu. Isn't that interesting? And they're predicting by 2024, half the supply will be being created. Half. So that's supply shortages. And mining operations, guys, is not just something you can flick on like a switch. It takes time, investment, and know-how. Also, guys, there's been little to no new discoveries. Little to no new. So that feeds into that problem in terms of the shortages, the peak production, etc. And myself and many others are expecting inflation to remain high in 2022. I mean, do you think that's wrong? Inflation's definitely here to stay. And look at this quote I just saw. People think production is how you make money. It is not. It is selling something at a high price. That is how you make money. Okay, so going back to this. Sorry, I got sidetracked with that quote, but I like that quote. Now, you've got to understand this. So if you look at newfound gold, and again, it's 1.6 billion Canadian versus the Nevada King market cap of 80 million Canadian. Both companies are founded by the same person. Let me go here to the team. Both of them are founded by the exact same person. Colin Cattell, okay? Both companies use the same strategy, which are large land packages with proven gold and huge drilling budgets. It's all about drilling. If you've watched one of my favorite shows, Gold Rush, and specifically Tony Beats, who is Canadian, I might add, they talk about drilling. That's how you really know what's under, and that's how you can be cost effective and profitable when you're mining. Now, what's the difference between the two? Well, one of the companies already hit the mother lode and skyrocketed, which is newfound. And the other one is currently drilling, and they have a huge upside potential if the drilling proves successful and they're able to replicate what they did with newfound. The one thing I can tell you is that this company, let's go back up to the map here, Nevada King staked over 7,000 claims in Nevada's most prolific mineral belt, which is called Battle Mountain. 7,000 claims. That is freaking insane. And this is one of their projects here. If I go back here, and you see list of load claims owned by Control. So these are their main load claims. Look at that. That's September 30th, 2020. So I'm sure there's been updates since then. Now, think about going from 0 claims to over 7,000 in just a few years. To me, super exciting. Sounds like somebody was busy during the hashtag beer flu, but it's a lot of work. It requires a ton of time. It requires putting actual physical stakes in the pole, or stakes or poles in the ground. And you got to file it with the federal government. If you watch any of the mining shows, you've seen it. Another one of my favorite shows is it Bering Sea Gold? The one up in Alaska? But I've seen them stake claims up there, and then they have it in the water as well, right? Here's the cool thing. Usually you have to pay like fees to folks who stake a claim that you're mining. But this, don't have to worry about it because they did it themselves, which is pretty cool. The one thing also to remember here is Nevada is the #1 gold producing region on planet Earth. If it was its own country, it'd be the 4th largest producer in the world, and this company has 7,000 freaking claims. To me, the value proposition is crazy. The potential is insane. And again, you've heard me say it time and time again. I really look at the leadership when I'm trying to decide. And these two individuals here have extensive leader. I mean, these two individuals are great too, don't get me wrong. But these two are just amazing. Now, I was reading into this company, and they've stated that 90% of its ground has been acquired via staking. So remember earlier what I said about usually you having to pay the people who own those rights, the stakes, the people, the staking who have staked it, you have to pay them. This company's done that all themselves with 98% of its ground, which means they don't pay fees to those folks holding the stakes, holding the claims. That means more revenue for the company, which means the shareholders are going to benefit more. And again, we've got Colin Cattell, we've got Paul M, because I can't say his last name ever, always mess it up. Matisik, I can't say that. And Doug Foster's another big one. They're behind another major gold company whose market cap's appreciated over 300% in the past 6 months, and they're on this one as well. So I'm very excited about this company. Let's look at their chart. This is something I always do. Let's look at Max. Okay, 64 cents it looks like. Right now we're at 32 cents. Let's go back to the past year. We're on a low in the past year. Year to date, we're on a low. 6 months, we're nearly on a low. Past month. So I like getting in on things on the low. I like stuff in the cents. It's easier to get in if you have smaller positions. So again, I'm super excited about Nevada King Gold Corp. What do you guys think? Put your comments in the chat below. Let's see any kind of new stuff that's coming out about them. I'd just like to kind of put their names in Google and see the different hype and the different information and stuff that's coming out again about them. But again, I turn it over to you. What are your thoughts about this company? Have any of you invested in any of the companies I've highlighted, you know, the past 6 months or so? And how have you done? How have you done? Has anybody had any crazy stories? I've been doing this series, I think, for about 4 months now, 5 months. I've got about nearly 1,100 videos, and I think I've highlighted maybe 10 companies or so on my channel. And I want to hear back from you and see how you all are doing. Hopefully some of you hit the mother load yourself. Anyways, let me know in the comments below. But again, thank you for watching this video. And whether you're looking to invest in companies or you're just simply stacking it to the sky, know that you are ahead of 99% of the world's population. If you know about gold and silver and you have more than a couple ounces in your stack, you literally have more than 99% of the world's population, which to me is super cool and super insane. And again, please smash the like button. Remember to subscribe. The name's International Stacker. I have videos from all over the world. Make sure to check out some of my past stuff. I promise you will not be disappointed. And I guess I'll say, catch you on the next one. Woo!
One stacker on a journey